do a spring meet up here in Louisville. I was like,
they do.
Oh yeah, it's a different world. For mine, it's definitely a different world from what I've seen. You know.
So what is your experience?
Well, from there.
I mean, I guess being an artist, a producer, music based, but then being a gamer, you an 80s baby too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
whole age out here. I'm kidding.
First of all,
I'm kidding.
I'm a whole 80 baby, the actual 80
That's
baby.
a fact. That's a
I'm
fact.
the first one. 1980, proud of it.
Hey,
now,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
after 86, I don't know what happened to him.
Ah.
86 to 89, it seemed like it got a little rough. I don't know what happened, but at the 90s babies,
Shout out to
the 90s babies. But
shout out to all ladies.
shout out to all the babies. I'm just saying, they comics and the TV shows, everything changed. Saturday morning cartoons wasn't Saturday morning cartoons no more. I'm sorry, it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
My experience, my experience from it, it was always interesting to see it for me, mainly just because growing up as a kid, I loved anime. It was crazy because I love anime, but also at the same time I love Dr. Dre. I love this, you know what I'm saying? Just because of the environment that was in. Yeah, I can like No Limit Records and I can like Dragon Ball Z or VR Troopers or Gun and Wing at the same time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it really, for me, it didn't bother me. But when, the first time I was actually seen somebody dress up, it wasn't even actually at a Comic-Con or Galaxy Con. It was at a Street Fighter tournament that I went to for the first time. Where did I go? I went to CEO in Orlando when I was living in Miami. Mm-hmm. And all I knew was, I was like, I got a character that nobody used. I'm about to wash everybody. Right? That was the only thing that was on my mind. And then I got there and I seen everybody dressed up like Street Fighter characters, Tekken characters, Mortal Kombat characters. That was my first time seeing it, and I was like, hold up. This is different. I ain't never seen... In the back of my mind, the competitor in me was like, I feel bad that y'all dressed up like y'all favorite character because I'm about to wash y'all. They ain't even figure out the pools. But it did open my minds because it was like all different walks of life.
Right.
It's like, I came from the West End. This person may have came from over here. This person came over here. But we all have one thing in common.
And having a good old time.
And just having
and making new friends.
Right.
And some people I've heard, they say that they go to these things and they have made lifelong freaking friends from all over the world.
Absolutely. There's no ulterior motives. It's just two people coming. It's just a bunch. For me, it's a bunch of people that's coming together that have a common love for, different things, whether it be anime, whether it be wrestling characters, whether it be video games. Like, I was there.
Yeah,
I was solely there
with his backpack, y'all. Talking about ready to wash the little kids.
Yeah, ready to wash.
Babies.
And the only reason why I said that is because I think from like 2010 to 2013, there was this little kid that was going on a tear around the country. I think his name was Prodigy. That's what they called him. And he would just place top 8 here, top 32 there, top 16 there. Now, when people enter these tournaments, it's like 1,200 people that's entering. So this little kid who's like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is washing everybody. And then they're placing top 8, top 3, top 2, and taking money home in these tournaments. So that's why for me, I'm like, I show no remorse. I don't care how old you are. You be older than me. Oh, you're older than me.
He has a point.
Yeah, I'm coming to wash.
All these kids do is play video games, so they get really good at it.
Yeah,
extremely good.
That's almost like the cosplay costume contest. Like, you can't feel bad about the little kid not winning, like, because people put real time and money or
into
the costumes,
or like actually created from scratch.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think the top prize at GalaxyCon last year was like $2,500, and I was like, "For a costume? What?
For a costume?
Yeah." They should have like an amateur contest for people who aren't putting that kind of money into it.
They did have one. It was on Friday night, I want to say. It might have been Friday night or Saturday night. They had several. But that one that was the big one, and they had the different categories. So there was kind of like an amateur, like there was different levels. They even had like the best prop.
Yeah.
They gave out and it was a lady, she dressed up as a warrior belle, and she hand painted the shield
Oh, dope.
that looked like the stained glass window. Like, it was dope. I got pictures if you want to see pictures. Took plenty of
Oh, I
pictures.
think I know who that is. The character. I think it's Rose Quartz from Steven Universe. With the
It
shoes.
might be.
I think it was.
I don't know.
I think I
But
remember.
it was a stained glass actual shield
Yeah.
with the sword and all. And I mean, it was dope. The person who won the top prize, he was the character for Futurama, the Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
wow.
was so good.
He did. It looked real.
Yeah.
And he did the voice and
He
everything.
did everything. Yeah, he went all the way in.
He went out, I mean, for real, all the way in. You was like, and he won the top prize. Last year, I want to say it was the lady who did Ursula. She literally had it where it lit up and the tentacles moved. And,
Oh, wow.
like, for real, like, some of them costumes, they be going really all the way in. And then you get some that, that's their first time. And they be really good because you be looking like, how that's an amateur costume? It
Yeah.
looks like you invested like thousands of dollars in that.
And then Sunday and Monday, then Saturday and Sunday come, and you like, oh, I understand. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it's different.
Okay. Yeah.
It's levels.
Okay, got it. It's over to this thing.
Yeah.
And then some of the people with the wigs, the makeup, I mean, body paint, they go all the way in on it.
Right.
Above and beyond, I'll tell you that much.
Definitely go
Chewbacca, he
above.
worries me because he be sweating. I be like, you want some water? And he always goes, and I'm just like, you sure?
He used to it. He professional.
Yeah, he's in the character. He can't
He
drink
is,
water.
and he be walking around on them stilts with the head off. Sometimes you can see the just
Sweat,
drenched,
torn.
just pour. And I mean, the hair looks real. Did you see him?
No. Remember?
You didn't see the Chewbacca?
No, I didn't see him. I would.
Dude is literally on. He was what? Easily 8 foot tall.
About 8 foot, yeah.
Easily
Oh, wow.
8 foot tall, and literally, I mean, looked like Chewbacca.
Oh, wow.
Hairs, everything, the whole costume,
Yeah,
like
that
for
was
real.
bad.
Yeah, and he never came off them stilts the whole time.
That's crazy.
I was like, boy, that's some dedication, because ain't no way my feet would have been hurt, my knee hurt. I'm coming, arthritis acting up. I'm done. I don't want to play no more.
I had to make the Stallion knees for that.
I ain't got them knees. I'm gonna be all the way. I ain't got them knees no more. I'm old now. I don't got them knees. But anyway, so translating what you guys are doing, how do you feel that it fits into mainstream? And you know where I'm going with this.
Man.
You want to answer that one?
Well, like comics fit into mainstream?
Yeah, well, like you guys' brand. How do you feel that where is it that it's going to fit? Because we're going to speak this thing on into existence. Where it's going to fit into mainstream.
Well, I feel like what we are trying to become in a way is like an artist collective. So get a bunch of artists and writers together with all different stories and publish it under this name, but with the idea that you don't need to go traditional, you don't need to be part of the big mainstream, the big 2 or big 5 or however many to do it, and that, you know, it's possible for anyone to really do this thing. I mean,
Right.
and sort of let people see the steps it takes from the beginning and have readers and our audience involved all the way. So what were you going to say, Miguel?
Now, don't get me wrong. We do at some point want something mainstream to where
We're going to speak this movie on into existence.
Oh.
We're gonna speak it on into existence.
I
right?
see.
Speak
I
that
see what
into
you're
existence.
Okay, I have more to say to that, so after you.
So I won't say it, but yes, you know, like she said, we are trying to, you know, kind of break that traditional sense, so to speak, and we just definitely want to make sure that we help others along the way. Kind of like, you know, piggybacking off of the Black Angel Art Show. You know, there's a lot of talented creators out there,
Right.
and they just don't have a voice. They just don't have an outlet. They
A
just
platform.
don't have- exactly. And so why not provide that to them? It's something that Marvel has done. It's something that DC has done over the years. It's something that Image Comics, so many different other big top names that have done that. They started off somewhere, they help people out, and they've gotten to where they are because of that. So it's something that has kind of like lost its touch because they've gotten so big that only people see them now, and they don't really see the smaller things. So to
Yeah,
see all the
because
covers.
when comics really became a thing, it was so many different ones.
Mm-hmm.
And what they call the Silver Age of comics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had every type of character that looked like somebody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, now, even though we're more web-based, social media-based, you know, yeah, things get out faster or go viral. I feel like the focus is gone of what the origins of art forms.
Yeah.
I feel like the art form and stuff kind of gets lost in translation.
Yeah.
So I'm about to swing this question to you.
All right.
Because you are from here, right?
Yeah.
And you had a song that like took over the whole freaking world in summer. They got new sayings.
They said I ruined the summer.
Yo, like
That's what they said.
they created hashtags
Yeah.
off this song.
Yeah.
So, and I've seen you post and say it so many times where it's like you are more than just that,
Yeah.
and you got other stuff that was before it and after it, and it's like, well, what about the rest of this?
Yeah.
How do you feel what you're doing fits into mainstream, even though you are the prime example of something going viral?
Right. I mean, for me, budget. You know, budget and believing. I think just more so they look at. I think the business looks at me like, okay, we can't screw him over because he's seen it all and he knows all. He's been taught too much. For me, I've always just needed a budget. You know, I think when I first started out, I was so focused on my pen and just being the most lyrical person I could, I didn't know how it would cut into mainstream. But as I got older and I started to live and I started to experience things that I never experienced before, it became less about braggadocious to how can I make my lyrics just fit for everybody but not dumb down so much to completely to where I just feel like I'm not leaving anything that's going like stick. Because music now is just so digestive. I can drop an album right now, and then 10 people can drop an album the next day, and the next thing you know, mine get washed over. So I think people now it's more about visuals for people now in music now. It's like you put out a single, all right, cool, where the video at?
Right.
You know
what are we seeing on social media? What's on the web?
seeing?
What can we make a meme out of?
Yeah, I feel like people get lost in
translation.
Yeah, I do feel like people get lost in social media and not just let the music be the music. It's nowadays. Yeah. It's like you gotta obviously you have to have something that sparks people in general. But back then it was like it was the music, it was how the person looked, it was the interviews, you cared about that. Now it's like you gotta be on live 24/7, you gotta constantly be posting. Mm-hmm. Like you have to sell yourself as the human being versus it being just about the music now. That part is frustrating because there's a lot of artists who just make super dope music who just want to put out music and just live their life.
And not be on social media.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because
I saw an interview where somebody said that literally like these record companies or the media that handles them literally have them on a schedule of posting, and you need to do this and you gotta open up your life so your fans feel connected. And I was like, are you serious? That's a whole job in itself.
That is just invasion. Like that's invasion. You mean to tell me that I have to be on social media 24/7 or 7 days a week? Like every exec that ever heard my album, or every person that was in the business that ever heard my album, always said one thing: what your numbers look like. Like, oh, we heard about this. We heard, this, that, and third. We heard this music dope. Like your music's dope. What your numbers look like?
What's your social media?
Social media. How many followers you got? How many likes you got? And I'm like, you serious? You care about that more?
They're very serious, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so we're going to roll this thing back real quick. I'm going to go ahead and give Mr. Nova, or as I like to call him, C-Sauce.
Golly. If my name, y'all be jacking my name up bad.
C-Sauce. It sound like somebody grandmama calling somebody granddaddy down the street.
Cause my name old.
C-Sauce.
Cause my name old.
C-Sauce.
Dear Lord.
I like the name Cecil.
Take a joke.
I do too. I love your her name though, but it's funny because it actually doesn't even fit your personality.
I know.
That's the crazy. Most people's name fits them.